Well, good morning and good to be with you again on Good Morning Geelong. I suppose, you would have had to be living on Mars in the last week or so if you hadn't been aware of the controversy and the impending charges and difficulties for Geelong football player Matthew Stokes. I'm certainly not intending to comment on an individual case, and I know no more than any of us know by reading the papers. What will happen for Matthew himself, I guess, is something that will go through an appropriate judicial process. The Geelong Football Club will make their own decision as to how they're handling their side of the situation. But what I was interested in making just a bit of a comment about was the number of reports, very understandably, of fellow players particularly, and the club in general, saying that they wish to support Matthew Stokes. Now, I don't have any difficulty with that as such, because it's really echoes a situation in which many of us find ourselves when someone that we know, someone that we care about, someone who is important to us runs into trouble in a personal situation through either a very poor choice or maybe through an addiction of some kind or other, or some act of stupidity, whatever it might happen to be. None of us, of course, are exempt from that. But the sort of situation that occurs, I have great sympathy for the footballers, particularly the fellow players of Matthew Stokes, because when they say they want to support him, they don't necessarily mean, and I'm sure they don't, that they would endorse as being correct anything that he may be charged with, and say this is a good thing to do. To support a person is to look at a broader picture and to know that, within any of us there are moments of weakness, moments of stupidity, moments where we can run off the rails, and that doesn't necessarily make us a worthless person. At the same time, that doesn't endorse or make worthwhile some act of stupidity that we may have done, or some act that may have brought harm on others. It's the sort of situation which is not, of course, unique to fellow players or workmates. It can be there, and maybe the place where it's most obviously seen is within the context of family, where a family member has their life going awry. It might be alcohol, it might be drugs, it might even just be laziness, and any number of other, it might be relationships and so on, where we're not endorsing the actions which may be quite wrong and quite harmful to themselves or to others, but we still continue to care about the total picture of the person. In a work situation, maybe someone we work with, and they may have had their hand in the till and done something stupid because they'd got into debt and tried to get away with this and so on, doesn't necessarily make them an evil person. What they have done is stupid, but nonetheless, often in a work situation we know more of the bigger picture, and there's a degree of sympathy, and maybe wondering if under the same circumstances we could have been just as foolish. So we then look at the individual emotions and friendship with the person, and we, as we say, the word we use is we support them. Support does not mean endorsement of a foolish, stupid or wrongful action. It means having a look at the bigger picture of an individual person and trying to rescue that person from perhaps a downward spiral which can be very harmful to themselves and to many others. So in many ways, I'd have to say, from the perspective of what has been put forward, good on the Geelong footballers in supporting Matthew Stokes, not endorsing anything he may have done, all yet to be proven and yet to be heard, but just recognising the value of an individual. We often use the phrase, and maybe we should as often as we can, there but for the grace of God go I. None of us know under different circumstances of pressure and difficulty how we may respond. When we come across people they may have disappointed us, they may have hurt us, they may have hurt themselves or others, but nevertheless, as best we can, we try and care for the whole picture of any individual person whose life is in great difficulty. So it's not an unusual situation that's there. It can be there for you or for me at any time, and it might be you or me, we've got to remember, that might need the care, the support and the broader look from others at any time. Good to be with you on Good Morning Geelong.